check. All right, we got audio, y'all. All right, y'all. We are live on this beautiful Monday. Blessings to everybody. Ooh, got my Marcus Cipher shirt with a rip on it. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. Even if you're not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed. And guys, man, Bitcoin has been pumping like crazy. Over the weekend, we can see the sun on the horizon. The sun of the bull market is upon us, guys. This thing is shining around, flying all around, shining light on the Bitcoin price. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Man, we got a lot of people up in here. Shout out to XLBX Fusion Star. God bless you. Shout out to Rick Cogswell. God bless you, Rick. In Jesus' name, thank you so much for being here. Man, Bitcoin is pumping like crazy. Shout out to Technically Bullish. What is going on? Shout out to Preparing for War. He says, I mispronounced XLBX Fusion Star. Shout out to Houston. He's back from vacation for some juicy price action. Splashfire Films. We gonna pump or triumph? Let me see a blue candle, baby. Shout out to Preparing for War. DXY is pumping. All right, the dollar's pumping, guys. Man, let's see if we can't get 1,000 people in here. If we can get 1,000 likes in the first half hour of streaming, I will be giving away 1,000 USD Tether. That is exactly what I mean. Tethered to the dang dollar. Music too loud. All right, we got the music down. We got the music down. Shout out to Brandon Keys, 30x long since 38673, baby. LFG. Shout out to Brandon Keys, my man. Making the juiciest gains in the gym and in the charts. Shout out to Lifer Adam 333. Shout out to What Up X. Shout out to Life with Joey and Victoria. He says, God bless you as well. Life with Joey and Victoria. God bless you, Sammy Ben Sadok. Shout out to Galette Kinjel. Music a little loud. I'm sorry. I'll lower the music for you guys. I do apologize about the music, guys. Shout out to Stanley Forbes. Took the same trade as me. Yeah, that was one of the make it or break it zones, in my opinion. Shout out to ADD. He says, yo, go. What up, crypto homies? Scotty Swing. Wilder Vorster. He says, sing, please. We might be having to sing the pump song today, baby. The question on everyone's mind, is Bitcoin going up to 50K? Are we going to hit that $48,000 to $50,000 zone? Es mucho posible. All mi español amigos. All right. Bet you guys didn't know I spoke Spanish. Shout out to Sabrina. Shout out to J Money. Can you turn up the music? Now you can barely hear it. Dang. All right, we'll have to have a happy medium. We'll turn up the music a little bit. The Casper crew is absolutely the swollest crew around because, and this is a little known fact about the Casper crew, but most of us are jacked, all right? We're all into working out. We're all into lifting weights. We know if you want to stay sharp on the charts, you have to stay under that bar, all right? Is there a chance to pull back, asks Jupiter? Well, we'll talk about it, Jupiter. We will talk about it, my friend. Shout out to Sudeep. Shout out to Lost Soul. Shout out to Crypto Ric Flair. Pullback or nah. Honestly, I still remain bullish. I'll be honest with you. I still remain bullish. All right. Shout out to Count Zeppelin. Join the VIP today. Did you take the long trade, Count Zeppelin? Do I think we can go without the retest of the gap? I don't know. We're gonna talk about the CME gap. We're gonna talk about what's happened over the weekend. There are some very serious things happening right now with the charts. All right. This guy is trying to do cardio. Stop moaning about the music, man. They could moan all they want, Ian. All right, they can moan all they want. No stopping the Bitcoin, baby. Yeah, I mean it is a pretty intense asset right now. All right. How did you catch an entry? How did we catch the entry? Roaming Peasant wants to know. Roaming Peasant, boom, baby. Gave the entry from 41,356 this morning in the Casper Crew VIP live stream, New York Open. Where were we looking? 41,356. Well, really, here's the thing. That was 41,356. That was where we were going to start to look. But my line came down to 41,169 at the golden pocket. And you know what's crazy about that? You want to know what's crazy about that? That drawing was super respected. Price doesn't always respect my drawings, but when it does, it's pretty dang epic. Look at this. Would you look at this? Man, look at that. Like, literally bounced off my line right there, off my drawing. So that's how I caught it. I just drew the line. As soon as price came to my line, click that long button, baby. Shout out to the Casper crew. Now, obviously, I'm a little bit joking here, guys, about price respecting my line. Price respected the golden pocket, right? That's how we got the entry, the golden pocket. There were two areas of confluence for this long trade, right? Area number one was the golden pocket from the last low that we put in here, right? This last low, swing low that we put in right over here at about 40,500 to the high. We came down to the golden pocket, and not only did we come down to the golden pocket, but we did a liquidity grab of the local range, right? So we had the liquidity right down here. Stop losses, stop losses. We came to stop those guys out. Bam, stop them out into the golden pocket. Boom. All right, it's the old bam, boom setup, if you know what I'm talking about. So that's how I caught the juicy long entry, right? It's nothing special. It's really not. It's just a golden pocket and a liquidity grab confluence. That's all it is. It looks epic when I just show it like this. Right? It looks epic when I show it like this. But the reality is, guys, we had confluences here. We had a reason why we were looking for that bounce. And honestly, we're in a very strong uptrend. So, you know, in the stream this morning, I was basically saying, hey, you know, we haven't had much confirmation, but we've been getting those bounces. So we got the bounce, baby. A lot of people got the same entry. Shout out to the Fish. Shout out to Tony English. Shout out to Sudeep. That's right, the market maker respects. The market maker respects. 6 Juanita. All right. New highs in 2024. Shout out to Sabrina. Been following for months, starting to trade. Do you still believe we are going a little lower, like I said in VIP? Well, here's the thing. That bearish CVD that we were forming after the initial bounce has now been invalidated. But I would say this. Guys. Right now, we are still rejecting from the local resistance, right? So so far, you know, we got the move from the first tap of the 618, a 0.66% move to the downside. You know, this is still local resistance. The next few zones we have of local resistance are going to be, you know, 41,850, 41,965, and then of course a liquidity grab of the highs. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about what I think might be happening for the rest of the day. All right, this long trade already locked in a profit here. Stop loss to the entry. Risk-free trade. Shout out to everybody in chat, guys. We got about almost 1,000 people in here. If we can get 1,000 likes in the first half hour, we will be giving away 1,000 USDT. All right, 1,000 USDT. Oh my goodness, non-stop TY. Trying to scalp the 1 minute on an island with no service. Dude, trust me, that is not a good idea. I do that as well. I do that in the car, and that's where I take losses I shouldn't be taking, because I think price is fine, and then all of a sudden we snap back into the internet. Yo, Cyberpunk Monkey, Banksters or Monkey Humming Gold today. Where can I find this playlist? On YouTube. Leverage the likes up to 100x. Alright, let's get into this Bitcoin analysis. Guys, we got 1,000 people in the house. Alright, we've got 15 minutes to get 1,000 likes so we can give away $1,000. Let's see if we can't do that. Alright, let's see if we can't do that. Alright, so let's take a look at Bitcoin, the Bitcoin price action. First of all, guys, I'm going to start with a little bit more local analysis here. Because yes, indeed, we have experienced a large move to the upside on a weekend, right? And weekends are about as trustworthy as those girls back in high school. They're about as fickle as those girls in high school. Like for me, I remember the only girl whoever liked me ever in my life, she said, "Jason, I'll love you today, tomorrow, and the next day." And I thought that meant she was going to love me forever. Turned out, guys, on the third day, she dumped me. Left me heartbroken on the floor. She was very fickle, just like that weekend price action. You think the Bitcoin price is on your side. You think she's going to be with you forever, right? She's fickle. She's going to leave you for another crypto YouTuber. All right, maybe Tom Crown. Maybe Crypto Lifer. I don't know. Maybe she'll leave you for Ben Armstrong. We can't know for certain. But here's the thing, right? Today's Monday. Very bullish candles today. Let's go back to the Friday candle close. All right, this is where our epic begins today. All right, we're going to go back in time, 38,706. The Friday, December 1st candle close, the monthly close. All right, this monthly candle is extremely bullish right out of the gate. No stopping it, no controlling it out of the gate. All right. Now, what does that mean? That means a few things. Number one, we have broken out of this key resistance. We all know that 38.5-ish K. This area that we have on our chart right here was the resistance that Bitcoin was grinding up against all throughout November. So when we got this monthly open, bam, we blast through this area of resistance. Now the markets are closed over the weekend. So what does that mean? It means we have a CME gap, right? What is the CME gap? Well, basically, guys, the CME, right? This is the futures market, the traditional futures market that trades in the CME, right? The Friday candle closed right over here, and then the market was closed for 2 days, right? Closed Friday, December 1st, opened up this morning, December 4th. That means we have left a gap in the chart right here. A gap going all the way back down to 39,225. Now, a lot of times you will notice when it pumps over the weekend, these guys that trade futures, they want to get back to this gap here. And this gap will act as a major zone of support. So it doesn't happen every time, but quite often you will see the price come back down to the gap and then fill the gap and get a little bounce-a-roni, right? A little bounce. We have seen this happen many a time before. Oftentimes these gaps do come back to get filled. Like for example, last time we had a significant gap was right here. All right, back here, Thursday, August 17th was a Friday, or it was a long weekend, I guess, or something. Thursday candle closed. Oh wait, never mind. This is just a normal gap. This is not a weekend gap. This is just a normal gap. But the same principle holds true. We formed a gap here, right? And price came back to literally fill the gap, and then it acted as an area of resistance. So a lot of people are looking at this saying, you know what? We might get something very, very similar happening here. So check this out, right? we're going to go down to the 4-hour time frame. And if we go ahead and we just pull like a Fibonacci from, let's say, the last significant low that we put in here to the high, you can see that pretty much we have the golden pocket is coming in right on where that gap will be filled, right? This gap will be filled right on the Fibonacci golden pocket, right at the support resistance split, around $39,000, that very, very key level that we were kind of grinding up against all throughout the month of November. You know, this is essentially where, if we're going to get a retracement and give back all that price action, we might expect Bitcoin to come to. All right, so this right now is the elephant in the room that everybody's talking about. They're saying, look, we can't trust this. It's more fickle than Jason Casper's first girlfriend. We're probably going to get a pullback, fill the gap, boom. All right, now that this is out of the way, and we understand about the gap, we understand that a lot of times the gaps get filled, let's talk about the actual chart, like what is happening now on the actual chart. Man, Bitcoin is pumping, baby. Bitcoin's getting another little pump. Okay, the sun is shining on the bull market. The sun is shining on the bull market. So, what has happened over the weekend, guys, is this is extremely bullish. Now, I know it's not good to get bullish at the highs, but what we need to understand here is the reason why I was being so cautious and being a little bit bearish even last week is because the Bitcoin price was coming up to a very key area of resistance. We were coming up to 38,600, 3700, the high volume node of basically the entire last bull market, right? The high volume node of the entire last bull market, and not only was it the high volume node of the entire last bull market, but it was also, if we take the fib from the Bitcoin all-time high to the low that we made back last November, and we go ahead and put this thing on the logarithmic scale. Let's see here. Gotta get it on log. Bam. All right. Bada bing. Sound like Frankie Candles. Bing bong. Boom. All right. You can see that, well, basically we have a very, very nice confluence here with the Fibonacci golden pocket and that high volume node of the range. Now we've gotten a very, very, very bullish break of this level. And what that means, guys, is the next target that we have, just based on volume, is absolutely going to be around that $48,000 area. That's the high, the value area high of this macro range. Right? It lines up pretty much 100% perfectly with this value area high of the range, right? And so this, in my opinion, is a big game changer, because what used to be resistance above us, which is why I'm like, I wouldn't be entering into any long trades here, because we're literally long into resistance, which you can do if you're into that. But here's the thing, I'm not into that, because most of the time resistance acts as resistance, right? But now that we flip this thing, if we come back for a retest, which just so happens to also be that CME gap, right? Just so happens to be the CME futures gap right around that 39-ish dollar zone. Now we have what used to be a major resistance as a major support, could give us another big move to the upside, right? Now, I know a lot of people are saying we're overdue for a pullback. I would agree with you, but here's something else we need to keep in mind here, especially when we go to the weekly chart, right? There's really not much resistance here, guys. There's not much here, all right? There's about as much resistance here as there was here, okay? And it would not surprise me if we get some kind of a blow-off top, honestly. Some kind of blow-off top coming up to this zone. We very easily could get a massive pump up to there. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it very well could, okay? And so the chart is different this week than it was last week. All right, so that's the first thing that we need to be aware of here. All right, Bitcoin, let's see where are we getting a little rejection from right now. All right, from the value area high of the range, guys. See, this is the next level that we were talking about right here, 41,850. Getting a little move from 41,850, right? Why? Well, because it's the value area high of the range, guys. That's really the only reason why. All right, isn't that crazy how the levels are respected, guys? Had the 618, got to move down. Value area high, a little bit of a move down there as well. Let's check out the order flow and see what's happening right here. All right, so a big decrease of open interest on this last move to the upside, which honestly is showing a weak move. And then we did get some liquidations up into this zone here. right? We did get some liquidations up into this zone. Let's see if we did anything else noteworthy here. I mean, we're at the value area high of the range. You know, market Cipher B, money flow is coming out. Here's the thing. We've been printing bearishness throughout this basically throughout the entirety of this move here, guys. And for that reason, it's like, I haven't been taking the bearish signals that seriously. The short scalps I have taken, I've been taking profits super dang early. All right. So we understand that the price is above a key resistance. One of the opportunities that we have right now, the one we just talked about, the CME, coming back down to fill it, and then getting our bounce to the upside here, which could present us with a pretty nice long opportunity, in my opinion, from support. Like this could be like a swing long trade from the high volume node of the range to the value area high of the range, another 25% move to the upside, right? Or more, right? That's the 50K Bitcoin. That's going to give us about a 25% move to the upside, right? Now, the second opportunity, in my opinion, for a long trade is still going to come at the retest of this zone, the one I was looking for last week, because this is still very, very key support. And yes, we've gotten a very bullish move to the upside. And let's say that we just let's say 42K was the top, right? Let's just say 42K is the top, right? Is 42K the top? I don't know. But let's just say it is, right? Now, we've got ourselves, once again, if we take the fib from the low to the high, we have the Fibonacci golden pocket coming in right at the value area low of this range. If this was on any other time frame, guys, we would still be saying, man, if we get a retracement back down to value area low confluence with the golden pocket, we would look to long the bottom of the range back to the top of the range like this, right? This is still a very bullish potential that we have here, getting in on a higher low in a macro uptrend, right? On a macro uptrend. Because again, the pattern remains the same. We get the 50% move to the upside, right? About 50% move to the upside, and then about a 20% pullback, right? Then we get a 50% move to the upside, and then we get about a 20% pullback. From the high to the low, about 20%. And then another 50% move to the upside. Right now, it's been more than 50%. It's about 66%. Nonetheless, the first major impulse that we got up was about 57%. So look, if we do get a pullback from here, this is going to be the area around $31,000 that we would look for a major support resistance flip. But as long as we do not lose the high volume node of 38,700-ish, right? 38,700-ish, we expect higher prices to be put in. In addition, there's been no real sign of weakness throughout this entire move here, right? There's been no real sign of weakness throughout the entirety of this move. In fact, you could argue, you couldn't even really argue that, to be honest. There really has not been any sign of weakness. We have continued to make higher highs and higher lows. And this breakout here, in my opinion, is a very bullish looking breakout. It's a very strong looking breakout. If this had not happened on a weekend, I would have much more faith and confidence in the move. All right, let's take a look at Market Cipher now. Let's try and just assess the situation on Market Cipher B, okay? We're gonna do top-down analysis on Market Cipher. All right, now the weekly time frame on Market Cipher, I would say this. The VWAP has not crossed the zero line, showing that indeed there is more room to the upside on the weekly time frame. Now remember, we go back in time a little bit, like last week, and we were saying, hang on. We were saying that the inward curve of this VWAP here is showing that potentially we might just grace that zero line and then get another move to the upside. Well, that's kind of what's happening right now based upon the weekly close that we got yesterday. Now to the daily time frame, we've pretty much invalidated these bearish divergences that we had here, right? This momentum wave is much higher now than it was a few days ago. We've come above this wave. We have not yet come above this wave, but we're pretty much equal, right? We are equal with that first major momentum wave. So there's no more divergence here, and the money flow is also getting thicker, right? So the bearishness that we were seeing here has become invalidated. The 4-hour time frame, let's take a look at it. We saw some extremely bearish divergences forming here, which again is why I was very cautious looking for a big pullback around this area last week. But what has happened over the weekend? We got a big move to the upside, and locally now we are no longer printing the divergences, right? Locally. So in my opinion, there is still room for upside here. Bitcoin pumping, baby. Bitcoin pumping, baby. Man. I love when Bitcoin pumps. I love when the Bitcoin pumps during this song. What happened right now? Look at this juicy pump, man. That's absolutely beautiful. Alright, let's check this out. Alright, so we're in our little local box of resistance right now. If this was a real high, guys, if this was a real high, this box is going to be local resistance, right? Especially, I'd say, around that 786 zone, right? There's going to be a real pump. That 786 could give us a nice little rejection, a nice little lower high. But again, look, we have seen the bullishness throughout this, right? But I would be. What do we got here? Yeah, I look, any short that I've been taking lately, I've been locking in the profit early, stop loss to the entry, letting it get stopped out for a small win. All right, until we see some kind of sign of strength here. I'm sorry, sign of weakness. House Mix Party says, turn that devil music down. Turn that devil music down, y'all dang kids. Your rock and roll music. Back in my day. What's wrong with your portfolio, suicidal trader? We are pumping, baby. We are pumping. All right, guys, we got about 1,300 people in the chat. All right, 1,300 people in the chat. As Bitcoin is pumping up to our next take profit levels. Guys, we'll give it another 10 minutes. If we can get 1,000 likes in the next 10 minutes, we will be giving away 1,000 USDT. All right. Right now, I'm up quite a bit of money on these trades here. If I take it all out now, about 20K, plus the other longs that I'm in. All right. So I want to share the profits with you guys. So smash up the like, share the video, tell your mom to come like your grandma. How much did I already take out of the scalp long, young pilot? The scalp that from this morning. About half, man. About half. Taking out half. And, man. Shout out to the Casper crew. See, that's what's so great about being in a community. A lot of people are looking at this level. Lots of confluences here. Now, above us, okay? As you see, my target is 42,282. Why is that my target? Well, check this out, guys. Check this out. All right, check this out. I'm about to show you something crazy. All right, just above us, right? Just above us. Wow, did we already tap it? We tapped it on Coinbase. No, we didn't tap it yet. We didn't tap it. All right, just above us, we have the 0.5 Fibonacci, guys. All right, just above us, we have the 0.5 Fibonacci on Bybit and Coinbase, right? So, if we're just going to take the liquidity from this morning, we got to be aware of that 0.5 Fibonacci. All right, here we go, man. Bitcoin pumping. I love it when Bitcoin pumps. We got the sun shining on the Bitcoin price, baby. All right. Can we get the likes? Shout out to Splashfire Films. Shout out to Dusky Hunt. He says taking 42 in minutes. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, I've got my next target at 42,282. Am I going to short at that level? Maybe, Guild. I might. Let's check out what's going on the order flow right now. All right, what do we have going on here? All right, so this move to the upside, guys, is pretty much a short squeeze here. All right, it's pretty much been a short squeeze and longs taking profits. All right, a lot of people who longed the VWAP have closed out of their trade. How can we tell? Because we see when we came down to the VWAP, we saw 4.5. We got about 9, 13. We got about 18 million longs opening up at the VWAP. Good. That's a good trade. 19 million longs opening up at the VWAP, and all 19 million of those longs have now taken profit. Pretty much all 19 million of those longs have taken profit. Okay. In addition, the entire ride up, we've seen shorts closing out. So this move to the upside is not being fueled by new money coming in, right? This last little drift to the upside has pretty much been fueled by shorts closing out, right? That's pretty much it. This is not a very strong move to the upside yet, all right? If we get some buyers to step in, it could be a strong move. Now, right now, we have about 4.5, about 6 million longs opening up right here. We've got the longs opening up. We don't have any signs of bearish CBD. When we take a look at market Cipher, let's go to our favorite time frame, the 12-minute. This was a really nice bottom here. All right, this is the long setup from this morning in the Casper crew. The long I'm currently in right now. That long, guys, hidden bullish divergence on the 12-minute time frame, right? Made a, I'm sorry, from this one. We were making a higher low, and the momentum was making a lower low from right here all the way down to here. That's giving us our move to the upside. All right, we are back inside the range. We're above the golden pocket. We are heading up to the 786. The 786, guys, this is going to be our next zone of resistance right here. We do have a little bit of liquidity left from this morning. If we don't see the buyers really start to step in here, we might get a rejection. Let's see what happens as we come up to that level. All right, we'll turn this off, turn this off, turn this off. Let's make this a little bit. All right, here we go. We're at the 786, baby. This is make it or break it for Bitcoin. Come on. Come on, Bitcoin. We gonna dump? We gonna pump? We're gonna pump, baby. Come on. All right, we're finding a little resistance at resistance. Let's go to our 5-second. Let's go to the 15-second. That's been giving some good signals lately. 15 seconds says it's not really giving us a clear bearish signal here. It's not really giving us a nice bearish signal. It's pretty neutral. We don't see clear divergences. I think we might be able to pump up. Come on, Bitcoin. Can we hit our next target? Can we hit our next bullish target? Here we go, baby. Shout out to the Casper crew from this juicy long given this morning in the New York Open VIP stream, baby. We did some thorough analysis this morning, did we not? Man, we did some crazy stuff in there this morning. Even I was a little freaked out. I was like, what are we even doing here? Some weird lines on the chart, some weird charts, weird analysis, but really it's just a simple golden pocket that gave us the move. All right, did we get 1,000 likes? Guys, we have right now 3 minutes to get 400 likes so we can give away $1,000. All right. Broggers, he says, nice muscles, bro. Thank you, bro. I like your muscles too. We be admiring each other. You know what I'm saying? Where do you see the order flow? All right, there's two places that I use to see order flow. Number one is exo charts. All right, number one is exo charts. Number two is coinalize.net. All right, coinalize.net is a free tool. Let's see if I can't get into it now for you guys. All right, here we go. Coinlines.net is free. All right. Coinlines.net is free. This will give you the order flow, the CBD, and the OI. All right. Now we can see clearly here this move is happening on a decrease of open interest. It's not really the strongest move in the world. These aren't really longs opening up. These are shorts getting scooped out. Right, they're getting stopped out. Yeah, we can see it. Lots of shorts getting wrecked right now, guys. Look at this short squeeze, baby. We're squeezing the shorts. We're squeezing the shorts. Look at this. See this? This is crazy. Shorts getting wrecked and longs opening up at the same time. A recipe going straight to Pump City, baby. Straight to Pump City. Do I plan to close all my trade at that TP? No, I do not. No, because I really do think we can go to 50K. I think we could get some kind of a blow off top. I think we might get some kind of news in here, right? Some kind of news, maybe some kind of ETF thing that could give us a blow off top, right? So I'm holding out for it. Because the way I look at it is this, guys. You know, I've already made a good amount of money on these longs. So even if they get stopped at the entry, it's for me, it's a victory. It's a victory for me, right? We can't get greedy in these markets, right? For me, I'm satisfied with these wins. But, here's the thing. Because of the possibility of higher prices here, for right now, I like to put myself in a win-win situation, right? I'm either going to make money or I'm going to make even more. So right now, this is the time where, in my opinion, gambling is okay. All right. When I say gambling, I don't mean you're risking your money. I mean you're saying I'm either going to make money or make more. Right? That's when gambling is okay. Because right now this is a gamble. Are we going to hit new highs? I have no idea. I don't know. But there's a chance we might. So no, I'm not going to close the whole long here. I'm going to close partial, and then I'll hit another partial at 47. Right? I'll hit another partial at 47. In fact, and this trade over here, I'm not even going to hit another partial until 47. And you know what? If we get to 47 over here, I'm probably going to add to the dang trade. I'm probably going to add to this dang trade. Let the runners run. Exactly. Shout out to Keith Alvarez. All right, guys. I'm sorry to say that we have not hit 1,000 likes in the time frame. All right, we'll give it 4 more minutes. Can we get 1,000 likes in 4 minutes? We'll give away 1,000 USDT. How many acres am I on? 6 acres. What is my sleep schedule? Do I wake up to price alerts? It depends, Z-dubs. I hate to do it, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I try and get a lot of sleep. In my opinion, sleep is the most important thing you can do for your health and for your life. Shout out to TJ Johnson. Besides having a thriving spiritual life and a prayer life, sleep is second best, I should say. All right, a nice correction in January. It never fails. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Look, if we're going to get a Santa rally, this is the time, right? And so, man, Bitcoin right now is the 15 second is starting to turn a little bearish. Let's quickly look at the order flow one more time. This is not the strongest move to the upside, guys, based upon just the order flow. We don't have the buyer stepping in. We really need to see the buyer stepping in right now. Okay, but let's just. This is my ideal scenario right now for Bitcoin. Okay, this is my ideal scenario for Bitcoin right now. All right, we got 3 minutes to do the giveaway. My ideal scenario right now for Bitcoin is very, very simple. All right, we get a blow off top. We come up to around 49, 47 to 50-ish K, maybe 54. And then we get a big pullback to test our base. This base right here is the gateway to the bear market and the gateway into the bull market. This is the gateway into bear bull land, right? This was our major support in the bull market. Once lost, we were in the bear market. Once reclaimed, This is very juicy, right? So we want to see a move up to around $50,000, get a very intense pullback just to wash out all the weak hands. Everybody who wasn't buying Bitcoin down here, right? Everybody who wasn't buying Bitcoin down here as well, on spot. I'm not talking about leverage longs, even though I did leverage long down here, right? Wash out all the people who were too scared to buy here, and then we come back, test our base, and then we enter into the bull market, right? And I would say it would line up very perfectly around April for something like this, right? We're in the uptrend already. This is my best case bullish scenario right now, what I would like to see happen. I would really like a pullback. And I'm going to say something that's going to make some people angry. It's going to make some people scoff. Some people are going to shout blasphemy. You guys are going to want to hang me and give me a steak for dinner, right? But here's the thing, guys. All right, here's the thing. I've been selling Bitcoin on spot, man. In fact, I even just sold half a Bitcoin this morning. I did. And the reason why is because, look, hear me out here. Hear me out. We can't lose sight, guys. We cannot lose sight of why we're here in the first place. We're not here just to watch our portfolio number go up and then go back down. No. We're here to make money. And we're not just here to make money for the sake of having money. We're here to make money so we can buy stuff and acquire tangible, physical assets that will be used to enrich our lives, our families' lives, our communities' lives, so that we can build the infrastructure we need to support ourselves without being a slave to the state, so we can have the infrastructure to raise our own animals, grow our own food, support others in our community and in other places. That's why I'm here. I'm not here just to watch the portfolio go up and go back down, right? And I originally was gonna not sell until 60K, but something happened to me in September which kind of changed my mindset on that, right? And yeah, if you've been buying Bitcoin under 20K, you are up right now 100% in profit, 100% in a year. That is something that you will never get in the traditional market. Your financial advisor who puts some of your money into your 401k and your IRA, you're never going to get that. You know? Just saying. Shout out to Shirtodermo. He says, can we check on XPNet USDT on MEXC after Bitcoin has a massive short squeeze? Yeah, we could take a look at some other stuff. Dang, guys, we were so close to our giveaway, man. We were so dang close to our giveaway. All right, we'll take a look at some other assets, guys. Look at this. We come up to resistance, the green box. The green box of resistance for resistance, guys. Would you look at that? Is there any surprise, though? Of course no. Of course, there's no surprises. There's no surprises here, guys. We knew it was resistance. We had the liquidity. We had the 786 up into the resistance. Get a little bit of a rejection, all right? Let's do some reassessment before we look at other assets here. Shout out to the disliker of the video. I guess you don't want to win 1,000 USDT. Don't be so selfish, disliker. Some people do want to win the prize. All right, yeah. So, guys, this could honestly be a lower high here. I wouldn't bet the farm on it because of these bearish divs that don't really play out. Yeah, I'd say, look, we're coming up to the 786. We're getting a rejection, just like we came up to the 618 and we got a rejection, right? No surprises here. No surprises here. Right? Casper through VIP Discord this morning after we hit the long trade. Right? We hit the long trade. Right? Hit the long trade. And, I mean, literally, to the dang dollar. And then after that, I said, looking at this as a potential range to trade. Local resistance, number one, at that golden pocket. Boom. Local resistance number 1, reject from the golden pocket. But notice my resistance box also includes the 786, right? Also includes the 786, which is what we're at right now. The 786 Fibonacci. That's why we're getting that purple candle there. Nothing to be too concerned about, in my opinion, guys. Now, here's what I really would be looking for, in all seriousness. First of all, this could be, obviously, this could be a lower high. In fact, of all places to look for a short trade that's not taking this high, this is literally the place to do it. Like, if you're bearish, if you think this was the high, if you think the high was put in this morning right here, this is your opportunity, right? Because all trades are based on hypotheses. If you're taking for granted that the high's in, this is a gift to you to come to the 786 at the top of the range, right? But I'd say even juicier than the 786 at the high of the range would be to take this high to look for another short scalp. You know? To look for another short scalp. You know, people, you know, what else is crazy is people act like you can't take short trades. People act like you can't take short trades in the middle of this, in the middle of these kinds of markets. Guys, you can. You just have to make sure that you take your dang profits out, right? You have to make sure you take your dang profits out. The last 3 short trades I've taken, all 3 wins. You know, look at that, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. Look at that. Shorting the market. Thousands of dollars shorting. Because here's the thing. You know where your levels are. You know where you got to take profit. You know, you're not just shorting randomly and praying for the best. You calculated this stuff. You've calculated this stuff, right? So when I'm talking about shorts, I see people dislike the video when I talk about shorts. We're here to trade. We're here to make money, right? Yeah, I'm a Bitcoin bull. Yeah, I want Bitcoin to hit higher prices. Yeah, I hold Bitcoin on spot. Yeah, if Bitcoin went to 100K right now, that'd be amazing. But why not stack your crypto? Why not stack your assets? Why not look for opportunities? If we're here to day trade, why not short scalp this? Why not take a long here and take a short here? Why not? Why not look for a short up here? Why not? Like, I don't get that. I don't get why people are like, oh. Why not? Like, there's no reason. I mean, if we're here, if we're literally day trading during the day, and this is all nothing's happened during the day. On the daily candle right now, since yesterday night, there's literally nothing has happened. We traded 100% sideways, right? 100% sideways. We literally could have taken like 3 trades. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Some people. All right, Bitcoin starting to get moved back up. Again, I'm shooting for that 42,280 as my next take profit on this long trade. All right. Exactly, traders don't care. I'm a trader and a hodler. All right, Divine Hood, he brings up a good point. He says, one thing is, man, we do have a bunch of noobs longing 100x and adding to it over and over and making money. Yeah, that's a sign the market's overheated. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, when you can make money 100x as a new trader, that's a dangerous sign. Shout out to Divine Hood. Every gym bro asking if they can get into Bitcoin and crypto after the pump. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at some other assets here. Let's take a look at some other assets. What should we look at, guys, as we're getting a rejection from local resistance here? What coins should we look at? Let me know in the chat. Shout out to Casual TA Jesus. What is going on, bro? What is going on? Crow. All right, we'll check out Crow. Let's check out Crow. All right, CRO. CRO. All right, Crow, look at this on the weekly time frame. Getting a nice move here. So here's one thing I would say about Crow. You know, did we get that bullish divergence here? We did. We got a really nice looking bottom on Crow, right? A really nice looking bottom back here in October. And from that point, we have come up from there 180%. That's absolutely massive, all right? Crow did in 2 months what Bitcoin did in a year. And this is May. Yeah, so here, let's mark out some key levels for Crow. All right, let's mark out some key levels for Crow. This is going to be a very key level, 1786. This is the weekly order block from May 2022. That's going to be a very key level right there. It's going to be a very key level. Let's see what else we got. All right, so I guess we hit into the 618. Yeah, we hit into the 618, guys. That's why we're getting this rejection. Let's go to the daily time frame. Let's go to the daily here. All right, so I'll be honest with you. Based on everything I see here, I like that 786 as resistance. I like the 786 as resistance up here. Because we have liquidity here at 1335. So I say like the next major area of resistance is going to be up here, which is definitely a target. It's definitely a target. This is a crazy move to the upside here. So let's see where we could look for a potential long, because I do believe. Yeah, okay, so definitely, guys, 1335 is going to be key resistance. Let's see where we can find support here. Now, okay. Alrighty. Alright. So we have a low volume node right here. And so if we are going to put in a higher low, I like this golden pocket for a few reasons, okay? For a few reasons. Number one, we definitely have some liquidity right here. And number two, we definitely have some liquidity right here into the golden pocket low volume node. That would be the first place I would be interested in longing, all right? But a word of caution, we would need to literally see the bounce happening from the golden pocket, because we also could very easily fill this back to the value area low, right? But because we've come to the golden pocket and front run value area high, right? Notice like the order here. We front run value area high into the golden pocket while changing market structure, right? Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now we've actually put in a higher high, right? We've taken out the last lower high. So this is our first sign that the trend is reversing. We've made our first higher high. And so now we wait for the retracement. Basically stop out everybody who's looking to long what they think is a bull pennant, which it could be, but for me, I'm not interested in longing a bull pennant. I'm looking for those really good setups, right? And so for me, the really good setup is have the bull pennant break down, stop everybody out, bounce from the golden pocket high volume node up to our key area of resistance, which is the 786 value area high weekly order block, which gives us, in my opinion, a setup like this. Now there's a few ways we could take the setup, right? We could take it like this, which still gives us a 3.5 to 1 risk reward, where our stop loss goes below the value area low in the 786. This is one way to take the trade, where you could basically like stack orders here. You know, that's not the way I would do it, but this is a valid setup, because let's say you're risking 1% of your account on this trade, you're gonna make 3.5% on your total account in one trade, right? So, you know, if you're risking 1% to make 3.5%, that's objectively speaking a good trade setup, where if you took 3 of these in a row and you lost 3 trades in a row, on that 4th one, you'd break even or be in a little bit in profit. So you could have like a, you know, 25% win rate and not lose money trading these types of setups, right? You could be wrong 75% of the time and still make a little money trading this type of setup. But for me, I would rather say, you know what, I'm gonna look for the bounce from the golden pocket. which is now going to allow me to risk 1% of my account and potentially make 10% of my account. What does that mean? That means I could have a 90% loss rate, only a 10% win rate, and still not lose money. That's pretty dang good, right? I'd rather go for the bigger gain, risking the same amount, and if this one gets stopped out, then I can look for another trade down here. And the reason why I would do this is because, yeah, I might take the loss here, and then I can look for another. But here's the thing. If I take one loss at a 1% loss, and then the second is a win with a 10% gain. Actually, this second trade is even more than a potential 10%. That second trade, I'm making about 11%, right? Even though I lost the first trade, I'm still up on my whole account 10% if the second one works out. And if I'm wrong on the second time, I'm only down 2%. Right? So I'd rather go for two trades like this. The first one from the golden pocket, risk 1% to make 10%. Second one from the value area low 786, risk 1% to make 11%. Right? Those are some juicy setups in my opinion. And of course, what do we want to see on Market Cipher to take these trades? We want to see the uneven butt cheek pattern, guys. We want to see a nice big juicy left butt cheek on Market Cipher. The butt cheek's getting skinnier over time. All right, price coming down to the key support. The butt cheek's getting higher over time, and that's where we'll get our bounce. So we want to see Market Cipher B looking like this, right? Price is getting lower. Market Cipher B is printing this kind of uneven gluteus maximus pattern. That's what we want to see for either one of those setups, right? All right, how's the Bitcoin doing? All right, she's holding her own, guys. She's hodling her own up in here. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Wow. We got a lot of people in here. J-Boy Bush charted the 786. Ia. That's not a bad chart, bro. That's not a bad chart. That's actually a good chart, man. Congrats. That's a good chart. Luna Classic is pumping. Let's take a look at Luna Classic, y'all. Let's take a look at Luna Classic. Wow. Good old Luna Classic, man. I'll bet you there's some Luna Classic billionaires out there. From the dump and the pump. All right. Let's take a look at this. Luna Classic. Absolutely insane right now. Up about 250%. Let's start on the weekly. Let's just mark out some key levels here. Man, that is crazy. So the only weekly support we have is way back down here. That's massive. I'd say the next resistance is 33,286. All right, let's pull some fibs here. All right, let's go to the daily. All right, so we just took a liquidity grab of these highs up here, and we're getting a little bit moved to the downside. Man, this is wild. All right, so we're at the golden pocket as well. That's why we're finding resistance here. We have two confluences. Man, so this is a tough one, guys, to long if we are not in it, because, you know, after a 250% move to the upside, longing is essentially gambling. So let's just see what we have to work with, and then we'll take a look at some low time frame stuff. All right, we'll take a look at some low time frame stuff to see if we can look for a degen entry if this is going to keep pumping, right? Okay, so hang on. So we're in a little bit of a zone of resistance here. If we're going to get a pullback, let's see what areas we could be interested in here. We've got the support resistance flip right around here. All right, that's 21,100. Let's go to the 1 hour. All right, yeah, 21,100 looks really nice, guys. I'd say if we're looking for degen longs here, 21,100 looks really good. Looks really good. Yep. Yep, 21,100 looks good for a degen long. Here's why. We will take out all the longs from this wick. We will come down to a very important support resistance flip, guys, that literally goes back to... Where's it go back to? It goes back to February, all right? Support resistance flip from February into also a golden pocket, right? So if this is our new local little range of consolidation bull flaggy thing, right? Then we basically just stop out the longs and then make our new high. That's what I would be looking at. Let's also assess the sitch a little bit more. Let's take the fib from this low down here to the high. All right, so we already did bounce from the 382. That's actually why we got the bounce there. People were longing the 382. Yeah, we have a nice confluence with another 382 here. I'd say that 21,100 is a degen long entry on this thing, and the money flow is getting thicker on the 1 hour. Right, money flow definitely is getting thicker on the 1 hour. Right? So yeah, that's what I would be looking at. That's what I would be looking at. All right, what else should we take a look at here, guys? Dead projects can be traded. Oh yeah. Do you need a VPN to trade MEXC? You should never use the internet without a VPN. Isn't that way too risky? Yeah, of course it's risky, Tomas. It's super risky, of course, but that's the thing, like, we're looking for a degen entry here. You know, we're looking for a degen entry. So we're taking for granted that this thing's going to keep pumping, and we're saying, if it's going to keep pumping, where do we look for the entry, right? That's essentially, that was essentially the premise behind this Bitcoin long that I took this morning, right? We were saying this thing's in a crazy bull run. You know, if it's going to keep pumping, it's going to happen from here, right? And it did. It's the same kind of idea for Luna Classic, right? We came down, we took the liquidity, we bounced from the golden pocket. That's why we're looking to come down, take the liquidity, and bounce from the golden pocket, right? If it's going to be a continuation of bullishness, this is the place to look. And here's what else. Notice something about these types of setups. You know right away when you're wrong, right? You know right away when you're wrong. Because if you're looking to bounce from the golden pocket, and you long the golden pocket, and we lose the golden pocket, easy. You're out of the trade, right? For me, my invalidation of this trade was 48.35 because of the, well, 40, basically the 786, right? That was my invalidation of this idea. I longed the golden pocket, and I was able to long the golden pocket with my stop loss under the golden pocket. This is potentially two trade setups, but I would be looking for the same thing around here, right? Technically, the invalidation of the idea would be below the 786, but I'd say we could look for the bounce from this area, and that would give us our setup more like this, right? More like this. We know when we're wrong, and the reward definitely outweighs the risk, right? So even if we're taking risky trade setups, if we're using good risk management, and we know that every trade we take has more potential reward than risk, then if we lose one, it doesn't really matter, right? Because here's the thing, this has 8 times more reward than risk. That means, again, you could be wrong, you know, more than half the time and still be profitable, right? So, yes, it's risky, but there's a lot of variables to play here. Like, what's the risk-reward ratio? What's the trend? You know, if I take a loss here, is it going to set me back? It shouldn't. If you're taking losses that are setting you back and you're losing more than 1% of your stack, you're not doing it right, all right? You're not doing it right. Every trade you take should risk the same amount of money, right? Regardless of how wide or loose your stop loss is, every trade you take should risk the same amount of money. I don't care if you're looking for a 50% move or a 0.5% move. Every trade you take should risk the same amount of money, right? If you want more about that, check out the courses, right? JasonCasperTrading.com. Check out the 5-second scalping course, right? I was risking very little on these trades. I was going for 0.2% moves, but I was able to make 30K in a month because of the fact that I was going for small moves, but I was risking and gaining the same amount. It's all about proportions, right? It's all about proportions. It's all about the risk to reward ratio. All right, a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio. It doesn't matter if you're shooting for a 43% move or a 4% move or a 0.4% move. If you're gaining 4 times more money than you're risking, that's all that counts. You know? My thoughts on Phantom. You know, I haven't looked at Phantom in a while, bro, but because you're so dang jacked, we could look at Phantom, all right? Because you're jacked, we could look at Phantom. Do I have any coupon code? I don't have a coupon code anymore for the courses, guys. I don't. The Black Friday sale wore off. All right, let's take a look at FTM. Phantom. USDT. Wow. This is insane. This is insane, guys. Look at Phantom. Man, this has a lot of upward potential. I don't know much about Phantom, but I have a feeling it has upward potential here. We could make some good gains on this. Now, I'm just doing this for my own curiosity. But let's say Phantom does go to 0. Alright. Let's say it literally goes to 0. We buy on spot. And let's say we hit the all-time high again. That's a 10-to-1, meaning we could either... We're risking whatever we put into this for a potential 10%, 10x gain here. So if you put $1 in here, you either lose $1 or make 10. That's what we're looking at here. This has upward potential. All right, let's do some analysis on this. All right. Find some areas of support. Some areas of resistance. All right. Man, this thing has insane pump potential here, guys. Let me see something. Oh man. All right, so let me just say this, all right? Let me just say this. First of all, why does this have pump potential, right? Let's talk about why I look at a chart like this and say it has pump potential. It's because of this, guys. We literally have no resistance above this high here, nothing. So we're talking about if we get put in a new high, we could get a 70% gain very, very, very fast, extremely fast, just as fast as we came down. So we're talking one and a half weeks, we get 70% gain, right? There's no resistance here. if we start to come above here, we are going to very quickly come up, right? That's why it says pump potential. Does that mean to long now? Of course not. It means we have to come to the drawing board and say, huh, this coin has pump potential. That's our foundation for looking for a long. Therefore, let me look for a long, because I know this thing has pump potential, right? It don't mean just buy, it don't mean long. It means it piques our interest. It means we want to start courting this chick, get to know her. Just hang out with her in a public environment. We don't want things to get too serious. We're courting, we're keeping it respectable. You know what I'm saying? Maybe go to church with her. You know, you can meet some real good girls at church. I met my wife at church. Alright, so let's see. The juiciest long opportunity we have on Phantom, guys, would be to take the low again. Would be to take that low again. Another 50% drop. Why do I say that? Because, oh man, guys, we have been building up massive amounts of liquidity below these lows. Alright, 1, 2, triple bottom here. Which basically means if we're going to come stop these guys out, we could get a very bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. And our long entry trigger or spot buy trigger would basically be a reclaim of this level, and the stop loss goes below wherever we wick down to. And where do we target? You know, I would target this support resistance flip. We're talking a 500% gain here. That's the best long setup I could possibly see. Whenever you see a triple bottom like this, how's Bitcoin doing? She's pumping, man. She is absolutely pumping. I think we're going to pump, guys. I do. I think we're going to pump. Come on, Bitcoin. Yeah, so whenever you see a triple bottom, you got to think, there are so many stop losses under here. Just wait and get stopped out. That would be the best long setup I could possibly think of. Other than that, guys, we don't have any super juicy setups, except potentially for one. And I don't really like it, but nonetheless, in a very bullish environment, it's the only opportunity we have. And that's basically going to be this. Right? Basically, we would have to say to ourselves that we made our lower high, we had our high, our lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And now we've officially made a higher high, taking out this. We've changed market structure. Then we come down to the golden pocket retest and look for our higher low to be put in. Those are the only two longs I see here for FTM. I like this one, but I don't like it nearly as much as taking out all those lows. Right? We're gonna have to play it by ear, and really, the way we play by ear is if we come down to that golden pocket, we want to be looking at the lower time frames. You know, we want to be seeing the money flow getting higher, the momentum waves getting higher. We don't want to see the upside down Sam Bankman-Fried man boob. We want to see the right side up Sam Bankman-Fried man boob. Right, we want to see market Cipher B kind of looking like this. Alright, the money flow getting higher. The momentum waves getting higher as we come down to that golden pocket, right? Something like this. Sam Bankman-Fried's man boob's getting higher, price getting lower to the level. That's what we would want to see. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Wow, we got 1,400 people in here. That's amazing. God bless you all. God bless you all in Jesus' name. And even if you're not religious, man, God is so good. He is so good. I am so blessed. I'm so thankful for everything He has blessed me with, for everything He has done for me, for everything He's taught me over the years. Absolutely in awe. May He bless you all abundantly. Alright, what else should we take a look at? Stacy called the rejection from 42K and yet you did not believe me. Ha 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 ha. It's not that I don't believe people, Stacy. It's just you have to understand. I have billions of people in here saying this is going to happen, that's going to happen, this is going to happen. You know, I can't believe everybody, Stacy. You know, you got to put yourself into your own isolation chamber and just focus on what you're focusing on. You know? So... how many calories do I burn every stream? I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know what calories are anymore, guys. I just eat. I just eat. I eat a lot. I eat a real lot. I probably eat more than one day than probably the average man should eat in 3 days. Nah, probably about what the average man would eat in 3 days, I probably eat in 1 day. Maybe, I don't know. I like to eat. CDW liquidity. That's right, eat to grow, baby. Gotta eat big to get big. You know, it's so interesting, Brandon Keys. You probably know this. You probably know this, but, you know, I'm about to spit some bro science, alright? I'm about to spit some bro science. So, like, they say you gotta eat big to get big, and your average guy eats real big and gets fat and trains kind of like a wimp. You know what I'm saying? Does a chest day, a back day, a leg day, an arm day, tries to eat a lot, and ends up getting fat, right? There's a certain... I don't know how to explain it. Some kind of like anabolic effect you can unlock from your body if you train hard, extremely hard, like to the point where it's not a chore to eat a lot, like to the point where you're so hungry you could literally eat 5,000 calories a day, and you know that your body needs that, right? You're fueling the training. You're not going to get fat doing that. You're not going to be shredded like these, you know, you're not going to be shredded like stage ready, but you're going to be jacked. You're going to have abs. You're going to be jacked. You're going to be big. You're going to feel good. You're going to have energy. You're going to be strong. But you got to train hard. You got to train hard. Yeah, like heavy squats. I know it sounds fake when I say that. It sounds fake when I say it, but I've experienced it, guys. I've experienced it. It is calories in versus calories out, but you can change how many calories your body needs. Like, you can really change that. You know what I'm saying? And also, like J-Boy Bo says, you gotta trend hard. You gotta find the pump at the gym. Alright, so Stacy thinks Bitcoin's going down to 41.5. It very well may, Stacy. I mean, we're at the top of the local range. It very well may. We're at the top of a local range. Look, if we lose value area high again, we could come back down to the point of control, which is 41.5. That would be our next support. Absolutely. Yeah, eat, cleanse, trend hard, and a bar give up. That's what people say. That's what Brandon Keys does. He eats and trains hard. You know? Shout out to Lee. Shilling Jesus coin again. Good for you, Lee. God bless you, man. You know, I'm not going to get into Jesus coin for a few reasons. It very well may pump, all right? But it's not for me, all right? It's not for me. What about Ethereum? All right, what is a CDW? A rewritable disk? That's so funny. Nah, it's a liquidity grab, Peter. So like a CDW is basically just a liquidity grab. So like we're assuming that if anybody's short from here, their stop losses are above this level. And I call it a CDW. It stands for chickens drinking water. It's just some. It's a Jason Casperism. It's a Jason Casperism. All right, let's check out order flow. All right, so this entire move up has been a very weak move, guys. All right, so Stacy wants to reject from 42K, which is the value area high, the daily value area high. We've had this move up on very low open interest, which is a sign of weakness, right? This move has no steam behind it, right? So we could expect to move down to the point of control of the range, which is also basically the daily value, daily point of control, right? Yeah, we could see that for sure. We could see that for sure. But keep in mind as well, we don't really have the bearish div here yet. I mean, we definitely have a bearish sugar wave, and we definitely got a bearish div at this high. But it would look a lot nicer if we actually did grab that liquidity. And we have a key level just above here. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. So, you know, Mondays, they're usually kind of rangy. And if we start to dump, look, anything could happen because we had a big pump over the weekend and it's a Monday. You know, I'm gonna take a little profit out of here. I'm just gonna take a little more profit out. All right. Because it is a Monday, I'm about to head out for the day, and you know what? My next TP is still at 42,280. But yeah. Shout out to my man for the super chat. He says, last supper chat done 3, but you could do XP net. XP net. All right, let's take a look at XP net. Let's take a look at XP net. I don't know anything about XPnet. All right. I don't research altcoins. All right. If you want to know about altcoins, go subscribe to Crypto Lifer. He'll tell you all about them. For me, I don't really mess with them. I could trade them based on the technicals, but I usually don't. I'm stuck in my ways of trading Bitcoin. It works for me. I do it on autopilot. All right, so we've got some resistances here. I mean, let's see about some fibs here. Yeah, I mean, let's put it on log scale. The weekly has a bottom. I mean, I don't like this low here. It doesn't look bottomed out to me. It doesn't look very nice. Doesn't mean we can't bounce, but I don't like the look of it. We've got resistance to the upside around 5688. That's resistance. I don't really know what to say about it, to be honest with you, because I don't really see an instance where I would like to long this. I also don't see an instance where I would like to short this, because we've pretty much gotten wrecked for the past 2 years. If we're assuming that the bottom's in, then there's potential of like 4,000% gains, which really isn't even that much for like an altcoin. You know, there's coins that have like 10,000% or more, 45,000% potential. I don't really like it. I don't really see anything good about it, to be honest. I would look to trade. If you are bullish on the fundamentals, then by all means, load up. You know. But as far as trading goes, we didn't get any bullish divergences down here. Let's go to the daily. Even on the daily, we didn't really get any. We got a slight bullish dip here. This is nice, but not with the money flow. This actually looks nice on the daily down here. This low looks nice on the daily. All right, so if that's let's assume the bottom's in. If the bottom's in, ugh, man. I don't. If we're assuming the bottom's in, and if we're assuming this is a higher low, then the only thing I could think of, obviously, is to look for the golden pocket retest, which honestly it looks like we already got. So, but we didn't change market structure until this recent high. So yeah, sorry. This looks like garbage. I'll be honest. This is something I would never actually trade. I would never trade it. What do I think about US folk using a VPN? I think everybody should always, ever, only trade with a VPN, ever. I mean, seriously, if you're browsing the internet without a VPN, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Why did I get into the long trade at 41,100? Yeah, so the 41,100 long trade. It is just the setup from this morning. 41,100. Get a drop down to there, bounce from the New York Open stream this morning. That's why. We wanted to take the liquidity into the golden pocket. That's exactly what happened. Liquidity into the golden pocket. All right, well, we're getting a tad bit of more of a rejection here. If we do something similar to what happened at the golden pocket, we will retrace and then put in another high. If not, this, like I said, could be a lower high if this is the high. So that's a big if, right? That's a big if. But I could definitely see why somebody would short this and say it's a good short. We put in a bearish divergence up here, came down, made a lower low, came up, made a lower high with a trigger wave on the 12-minute, money flow getting lower. I totally get the premise. All right, guys, I am going to head out. Been an hour and a half. It's been a really good stream. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much. Shout out to Trucker Crypto. Where do you get the music from? I get it from here, man. 2-hour retrowave / synthwave mixtape DMCA royalty-free music for Twitch by Beckley. All right, that's where I get the music. Guys, may the Lord bless you. May He protect you. May He shine light upon you. May He be gracious to you. And may the Lord turn His face towards you and give you wholeness in Jesus' name. And I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. Peace.